Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, on Tuesday, Kenyans woke up to the street to go and protest against police brutality after the death of the young teacher Albert Ojwang in police custody. So the protest was about justice for Albert Ojwang. When people get to the street at that, with that kind of idea, we want justice.
Tuesday is Tuesday. Occupy everywhere, 17th of May.
Now imagine you get to the street to go and protest in order to stop injustice that is already taking place. Then, while you're on the street, another injustice is committed by the same people who Kenyans are pointing fingers at. The death of the vendor who was selling masks in Nairobi streets really touched everyone in this country. The police officer who was involved in his killing, it is heartbreaking. A very close range, and Boniface just lost. In fact, people believe that he lost his life, but actually he's in a critical condition under a medical care after going through the theater. So it is now, he is actually in recovery process. Hatujui matokeo, lakini things will never be the same for Boniface.
Guys, what did we just watch? I mean, let's say politics scandal, hakuna siasa, nothing was actually happening. What was that? Make me understand what triggered the bullet. Okay? We want to be in this guy's shoe. What triggered the bullet? There was no reaction, no altercation, no resist of arrest. What triggered the bullet? Like, hiyo hasira ilitoka wapi? Hiyo ni nini? Ya ukweli. Yani, hiyo ni nini? Kuna point watu wa marungu wameterrorize wasa hiyo town mbaya. In fact, it was robbery with violence. Hiyo no time ningesikia hata kuna mtu amepepetwa, we would be talking a different story. Watu walikuwa wapi hiyo time yote? Watu wanatandiko hiyo town. Aish.
Gachagua told us about the killer squad of more than 100 police officers who have been given a directive order, shoot to kill. I now want to buy into that story. It seems like the officer who killed the mask vendor was doing it as an example to scare Kenyans who are on the street protesting. There is the killer squad. And there are those who believe that it's the same killer squad that was able to murder Albert Ojwang. So, was it an attempt to threaten Kenyans by shooting Boniface? In fact, when the officer pulled the trigger, aiming at the head, 100% his intention was to kill. If Boniface will survive, glory to God. But the intention of the officer was shoot to kill.
It's just a tip of the iceberg. Hundreds of young people have been tortured to death by a special squad of 101 officers that was set up on the instructions of William Ruto and seconded to NIS and Anuddin Hajj, and trained highly on abductions, torture and killings and cover up. Hii tu ni vile tu imeponyoka hii ya Ojwang. Wengi sana wamekufa. And William Ruto cannot run away from these deaths. He is responsible. And Kenyans will punish him for that. That case of Ojwang is being, there is a cover up. Aipoa, hawa watu Ruto ndiye ameweka hapo. IG ni mtu yake. DIG ni mtu yake. DCI ni mtu yake. Hata DCI alienda bunge. Akadanganya bunge ya kwamba ati alipelekwa akiwa uhai, akakufa akiwa mikononi mwa daktari. CCTV imeonyesha alifika amekufa. Akaketi hapo 24 minutes wakingoja tu, because he is already dead. So that DCI must be prosecuted. That DIG must be prosecuted.
Now, we are being told that DCI, not DCI actually, IG of police, has finally ordered the arrest of the police officer who shot the victim. But Kenyans are good people. They even went further to identify that officer. He's all over on TikTok and Facebook, a very young man, but with no promising future. A very young man. So even before the DCI and all those other people to do the investigation, already Kenyans on social media had identified the man. His images were all over. So there was no any room for hiding for this person. Hakuwa na chance. I don't even know why we call them officers. Really, which kind of an officer is he? This is just a murderer in police uniform. Officers are respected people. He is literally just a murderer in uniform. So the Kenyans had already identified him. There was no room for hiding. And so, with the move by DCI, IG of police arresting the officer, Gachagua is sharing a story here about what these people normally do. Are you convinced really that there will be justice here? Or what do you think about this? That is the question. Now, I want us to continue with this panel discussion, but I have a quick and humble request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. I want to treat the IG decision to order the arrest of the officer as one of the attempted PR exercise, in my view. Why am I saying so? Is the IG in charge really, or there is another person in charge? If he was firm on what police should do, would this officer end someone's life in in such a reckless way? His intention was to end the life of somebody. The paper that is issuing, so the issue of arresting a police officer by the name Cleansy BARASA, that is his name by the way, is not actually solving this problem, because the perception among Kenyans, which can be true by the way, having listened even to Gachagua, is that these people have been given a mandate, so they are executing the mandate order from above. So you can just see them arresting him, arraigning in court, then later he will be in remand. He will be enjoying his life there, and sooner than later you will see him back on the street. Utamuona amerudi. So we should not celebrate that the rogue police officer has been arrested. it can be just, an attempt to calm the situation. People are angry with what is happening because we went to the street to stop the wrongdoing of the police officers. But then you end up again losing another life. What is that? This is very sad. We are not even solving the problem. In fact, it is now becoming a mountain of a problem. We are not safe. So, as officers keep on abusing power, they should know that in as much they will be wearing these masks, the technology is very high. They will definitely be identified. There is no room for hiding. There is no room at all for them. I don't know your views, but please let us know in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.